This video is going to be a little different. I was making a video about the one-handed backhand versus two-handed backhand, and today I just got the roster for the Flex League that I'm in, and oh boy, it's stacked. It's really stacked. So I decided to combine the two of those together where I'm scared. I'm scared right now for this league because it has a lot of good players and majority of the players have beaten the crap out of me. So let's give you guys a little bit of history, a little bit of lore as to what I'm facing right now. And it's kind of funny, but also a little bit daunting. So in this Flex League right now, I'm in Class A 4-0 league. It's 4-0, so, or roughly 4-0. Sometimes like a 4-5, 5-0 guy sneaks in there sometimes if there's not enough players, but majority of these guys are in the 4-0, 4-5 kind of level. With that said, let's start with number one, Justin. So Justin, I played him last year, and he beat me 6-2, 6-1. He's clean, he's aggressive, real nice guy though. He's a real chill guy. You know the phrase when people say, oh, it's a small world? Well, it is a small world. One of my previous classmates from high school, Landon, who was our #1 singles player in high school, he joined the Flex League. I'm really nervous because he was really good in high school. So I know my tennis game is a lot better than it was in high school, but that means his game is also a lot better now too, I bet. And he's also really fit. Yeah, I've never beat him before in high school. I haven't played him since, but yeah, dude hits like a freight train. He hits really freaking hard. Next up, we got Brian. Now Brian, oh boy, Brian's hard to play. He can just play all day long, never lets up. I've lost to him 4 times last year, haven't beaten him at all. Usually the games look like 6-4, 6-1, so he beats me pretty solidly, and he plays a lot of mind games with you. Like, oh my gosh, it drives me nuts. Next up, we got Drew. Now Drew, I love Drew. Drew's awesome, very smiley, go-lucky guy, but oh my gosh, he can play forever. I lost to him 3 times last year, and only beaten him once in like a 3-hour match in a tie break. So I had to like work my butt off just to get every point away from him. Yeah, real fun guy to talk with, to chat with, but when it comes to the tennis court, you can't outrun him, you can't outlast him. He can play until the sun goes down and then comes up the next morning. All right, next we got Victor. Now Victor is a buddy of mine. We haven't played any official matches yet, but in every practice match that we've played, he's beaten me. He's a lefty with a lot of nasty spin on his shots, so I'm really curious to see if I can hold up against him in an actual match. But yeah, his lefty throws me off because a lot of the guys I play are all right-handed, and he has a lot of spin on his shots, so we'll see if I can keep up with him. And then last but not least is Joseph. Now, Joseph is a lot of fun to play. I think he was a senior in high school last year, and he beat me 6-3, 6-3. But I played some of the best tennis in my life against him. I lost the match, but wasn't even mad. He made me play up. He made me play some really fun, hard tennis. He's really fast. He also hits like a train. I got a lot of work ahead of me. And with my recent endeavors of the backhand, let's dive into that a little bit. What's the story there? I was gonna try to fix my two-handed backhand in a couple days. Kind of like my approach shot. Something interesting happened. Just for giggles, I decided to try the one-handed backhand just because I wanted some more snap and lag type stuff. And it was working out a little too well. Ooh, yep. So day 1, I worked on my two-handed backhand, trying to figure out timing and spacing, my wrist movement, my grip, just all of it, all the moving pieces. I would take it slow and then try to get it up to speed to where the backhand had a bit more snap to it, because I'm just trying to get more pace and more power behind my shot and consistency, because my backhand shot is like, I only hit about half of the shots in, about 50%, which is really low.
I could really feel the difference when I would hit the ball in the sweet spot, and I just realized for the last half of my life, I've been hitting the ball not in the sweet spot for my backhand. My backhand, I've been hitting it pretty much everywhere but the middle spot. I think I've been hitting it here a lot, the top of the racket. Okay, a little frame again. Okay, sweet spot. Frame, but it worked. frame, but it worked. I should make that a t-shirt by now.
So if I can get my backhand to a consistency of like 70% and above or something like that, or at least feel like it's 70% and above, that would be a lot better. My confidence is really, really, really low in my backhand. Day 2. This is when I, for giggles, tried the one-handed backhand and it surprised me. So take a look at this.
So, and then there's the, oh, this might destroy my arm. Let's see. Okay. Okay, okay. Okay, there we go. That's what was expected. Little shank. Yo, okay. What the f... Okay, that was hot. That felt great. Okay, time out. Okay, so I only hit like 10 or 15 of those, but the few that I did, I was like, okay, that felt aggressive and consistent for not having hit a one-handed backhand in like almost 2 years. So we might be on to something here. Oh, that's hot. Okay. That feels way more natural for some reason. Don't know why, but it does. Let's see if I can go down the line with it just a little bit. Shut up. Stop it. I'm like rethinking my whole life right now.
I got one lesson on a one-handed backhand like 2 years ago. That's the only training I've had for a one-handed backhand. Everything else has been for two-handed. So I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just trying to figure it out.
Yeah, felt really good. That was spicy. Okay.
So after trying the one-handed backhand, I could feel the snap. I could feel that sweet spot pocket a little better than my two-handed backhand. And I was like, all right, let's give this a shot. So what I decided to do was do a little testing. Two-handed backhand, 20 shots, cross court, 20 shots down the line. And then the same thing for the one-handed backhand, and take the percentage of both of those and compare them of which backhand had a higher percentage of balls in. I just did this for the rest of the day of just hitting 20 shots cross court, 20 shots down the line between each backhand. And the numbers were interesting. So for the one-handed backhand cross court, I got about 55% of the shots in. Two-handed backhand cross court, 60% of the shots were in. One-handed backhand down the line, I got a little over 62% of the shots in. Two-handed backhand down the line was about 58, almost 59% of the shots in. So for me, this was a surprise because I expected the one-handed backhand to have a lot lower percentage. It performed just as well as my two-handed backhand pretty much, which is saying something because I've worked on my two-handed backhand for roughly 2 years. Off and on, and there has been like little to no improvement. Here I go, just trying a one-handed backhand, and it's like, it's about the same. So yeah, kind of frustrating, but that's just how it is right now. That's how tennis goes. With that said, the thing I like about the one-handed backhand is that the shots, when I connected, were a lot more aggressive and had a lot more angle and pace on it. But two-handed backhand, a little more consistency, but like the guys can just tee off on my backhand usually. The confidence is so low that usually I biff the shot in a match anyway. So after seeing the data on this, I was like, you know what? I'm going to pursue a one-handed backhand a little bit, see where that takes me. You guys are gonna like this. You know how in Swing Vision, you can get heat maps of the court where your tennis ball lands in, that kind of stuff? Well, I wanted something similar, but for my tennis racket of, okay, my contact point and the sweet spot, where's that ball actually landing? I took some footage of me of just hitting two-handed backhand. I took all the still frames of the contact point, photo merged it, and it came out with this, where it gave me a rough heat map of where I was consistently hitting the tennis balls, which, as you can see, is all in the tip and the frame of my racket. I rarely hit it anywhere near the sweet spot. So after seeing this, I realized all my backhands the last 2 years, I've been hitting majority just in the tip of the frame. I'm like, that's why it feels terrible every time I hit it, because I'm not even hitting it near the sweet spot. And then it gets even more wild because I did the same thing for the one-hander, and check this out. It's still near the top of the racket, but I'm way closer to the sweet spot than on my two-handed backhand. And that makes sense because when I am able to connect properly, I can feel the pocket of the ball in the racket and actually hitting that sweet spot. That feels great. That's what a backhand should be doing. So I'm having like a midlife crisis right now because like, should I have been a one-hander this whole time? I don't know. Plus I know in today's modern tennis game, a lot of people are like, the one-handed backhand's going out of style. Looks really cool. You can get some nasty angle on it, but a lot of modern players get more power and consistency from two hands. For the level I play at, a 4.0 rec level player, I think the one-handed backhand might give me more confidence in my backhand shots, and that's all I can ask for. Like, that's really all I want. It's just more confidence in my backhand. Like, I don't want someone to send it my way and I freak out every time that shot goes to my backhand. The hard thing is, I'm just trying to figure this out by myself, which is part of the fun. I kind of like this analysis part, but I'm a little nervous because, as you could see from the roster of guys I'm going to be playing in the Flex League, they're all really, really good players. And if my backhand is already weaker than what I was starting with, then I'm in trouble. It is a Flex League. You know, I'm not playing for any tournament money or anything like that. And the USTA League starts up a little later, so I have a little bit of time before that. And a little bit of time before Cornhusker Games, because that's in July. So maybe I should have the mindset of the Flex League are my practice matches for the one-hander and really see if I can get that to work. And if I go through half of the matches and like the one-hander is just not working, it's just terrible, then maybe I'll go back to the two-hander in time for Cornhusker Games. So I think that's my game plan. Everything's up in the air, it feels like, because I'm just experimenting. I'm trying to figure this stuff out. On the third day, I did a little bit of playing with my wife, and in the middle of that, I threw out my shoulder a little bit on the one-handed backhand, and it's because I have this problem of I want to like side swipe the ball instead of coming up and out, basically. So it's causing my shoulder to rotate in a weird way, and it throws it out, basically. And it doesn't feel good whatsoever.
You're not doing this all the time, so
Right.
you're strong. So you going like this with your strength, I'm not surprised.
I threw out my own shoulder.
Yeah.
Trying to get after it, but so that was overextension or something. I did something weird there where it like really went past the point of what I should be doing.
And then on the fourth day, I actually made a lot of progress, which was great. And I took some more still frames of what was going on with my backhand, of keeping notes of which ones felt the greatest and did the best on the other side of the court, and which ones I just completely shanked or hit in the net or hit way long. So I took some footage of me hitting from the side angle here because I wanted to see what is my racket and my arm doing when I make contact with the ball. And that was another interesting thing where I could see here, comparing the shots that were good and the shots that were bad. What was my racket doing? And it had to do with racket face, so which way the racket was facing. So as you can see here, the racket face is just slightly closed, just a little bit, so when I come up and out, the ball has topspin and goes back into the court. Here, I hit the ball too much in the lower half of the racket, and it caused my racket face to come completely closed, hit it in the net. This one here, as you can see, racket face is slightly closed, so the ball was able to go back into the court. This one here, the racket face was way open, and I launched the ball all the way to the back of the court. Same thing here, racket face slightly closed, ball was good. Racket face up, ball went way to the back of the court. Now, this one here is a little interesting. Racket face is closed, which is good. This one, racket face was closed, but I hit the ball in the lower half of the racket, so basically it pushes the racket and the ball frames and just goes back into the net or into the ground. This one here, this one was just bad all the way around, where racket face was way open and I hit the ball in the very tip of the racket again. So after looking back on this, I was able to get some reference points of like, okay, I gotta keep my racket face slightly closed. So I gotta have my grip in the right position for that. And I have to try to get my spacing right to pocket that ball and hit it in the sweet spot. Otherwise, if I don't get the spacing right, I frame the ball and it just goes everywhere. And for my two-handed backhand, that is the primary reason why it sucks, is because I keep hitting the ball in the frame of the racket. I'm not even getting it close to that sweet spot.
Like there, that felt great. Oh, yep. Fantastic. Clean. Okay. Shit. Come on. This is pissing me off. Come on. Okay. Land on that one.
So day 5 was a lot of fun. I brought the Blade 98 because I heard that it's a pretty decent racket for a one-handed backhand. So I just wanted to try that out to get a different feel of rackets. And it felt good. It felt really good for a one-handed backhand. So good, in fact, even for my forehand, the Blade 98 might be a racket I switch to next year. We'll see. So on day 5, what I worked on was a couple different things. First one was timing. So basically, taking the ball off the rise or taking the ball when it's coming down from the peak. So if I'm playing someone with a lot of heavy topspin, Landon, what I'm going to have to do is take the ball off the rise because he hits in the deep part of the court. So if I have to make space and run backwards, that's not going to work because that ball is just going to hit the back wall pretty much. But if I'm playing someone like Drew or something, that ball is not going to have a ton of pace on it. It's going to be a bit more floaty, a lot more slice. So I can back up and get the ball when it's coming down from the peak. But when I was practicing stepping back and letting the ball fall back down, I threw out my shoulder again. So yeah, that didn't feel good. But if we zoom in here, you can kind of see what I'm doing, where after I let the racket drop, I'm trying to go low and high, but instead of coming up and out, I'm just going sideways. So I'm pretty horizontal level with my shoulders, which is not terribly good because all that force coming back, and it just, yeah, that's not good at all.
So I need to have that either full extension and get it up and out so that it doesn't do that. I wanna stay away from this basically. I need to go up here. So I'm gonna take it real slow and see if I can get some good contact points and not throw out my shoulder again. But if this keeps happening, I think I might just go to slice. And so, okay. Okay, that felt pretty clean. Nice and slow. Okay. Yeah, okay, that felt pretty good. I don't know what this is. I'm like, go ball, be free. It's like, instead of doing that, that probably looks freaking weird with my arm doing that. I feel like I'm doing like a show choir dance move when I do that. I don't know how I feel about that. Oh no. Oh no, am I gonna be one of those guys with the funky ass form? Oh, why do I do these things? Okay, maybe maybe I'm saved. Maybe it was just a fluke. Oh. Tough, guys. It's tough. There it is. Clean. Clean.
That's 5 days of trying the one-handed backhand and ditching my two-handed backhand a little bit. This is kind of interesting. I did watch a little bit of a Andy Roddick podcast, and he was talking about how the one-handed backhand is going out of style. He did say something interesting though of in the future we might see some people bring back the one-handed backhand, but for serving they will return with two hands. Which was kind of interesting concept. And that got me thinking, this could go horribly right or horribly wrong, but I'm like, I'm Jack of all trades, damn it. I should be able to try a little bit of everything. That made me think about my tennis game, and maybe that's the play style I should embrace, is I do a little bit of everything. But yeah, if you made it this far, thank you for watching. I really appreciate it. You know, I don't have a ton of viewers, but the few people that do watch my videos, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Like and subscribe, hit that notification button, and let's go for gold.